Back in action out at Cragmaw hideout with the GURPS version of Lost Mine of Phandelver being played through here today. I've got my 4 characters back in action after a bit of healing had to happen, a bit of resting. We've recovered all our fatigue points and mostly healed up. We're missing 3 hit points from max. On the cleric, everybody else is at full. So here we are. We've taken care of the goblins just outside the complex here, the goblin sentries, and we're thinking about heading in. Now we're gonna light a torch. First of all, we're gonna light a torch on the outside because it looks dark in there, and we're going to first send in our elven thief with his dark vision. So he's gonna move in. Gonna get our trusty GURPS range router ready again here. I find we're using gridless map again, and I just use the range router to judge distances, and then it has the range modifiers right on it, so it's a little faster actually than using the grid, I find. Okay, let's go. He tries to stealth first, slips into stealth mode, needs a 13, and he rolls a 9. So that is one stealthy elf, and he will slowly move in and take a look to see what he sees here. Of course, this is the legendary kennel scene where we've got 3. Do I have a third? Yeah, I have a third one here. 3 wolves tied up. One is behind there, kind of at a sight, and these 2 are just kind of lounging here, tied. They're chained to the stalactite, whatever it is there in the middle. The elf, these things, let's see if they detect him. He's pretty stealthy. They roll a 15 and fail by 3. He slips past them without them ever noticing for sure. Yeah, he's not going to do anything with them at the moment. He has evaded them successfully, so he'll move up, scanning around, at which point this is where he will see, possibly he'll see, let's check out let's have contested first of all, perception on the lazy useless goblin on lookout. He's not really actively looking, so we'll give him a bit of a minus. He fails anyways with an 11. He's got a perception of 10. Perception of 9 actually. He fails that anyways. Leaf will continue on. We'll roll his perception. Yeah, wow, he aces his perception. Doesn't ace it, but he makes his perception by 2. So he'll see the goblin right away up on the bridge, 20 feet above the trail, the path. The water is slowly rushing by. It's about 2 feet deep. It's cold, but it's nothing to worry about at the moment. This goblin is sitting there picking his nose and poking at large beetles that scurry around on the rickety old bridge, unaware of the presence of the stealthy thief. I think at this point he should probably try to take a shot with his... Does he have a bow? No, he doesn't have a bow. What am I thinking? That would be really handy if he had a missile weapon. Okay, he's gonna try and climb. I think he should try and climb. He's gonna slip across here, splish, splish, splash, to here. And what is he gonna do? He sees this. Yeah, he doesn't know where that goes. I think he'll just continue on, and the goblin is facing this way because he's supposed to be on lookout. He's gonna stealth right by him, and he's gonna try and climb up. That's what he's gonna do. He'll try and climb. This is risky. Yep, he's gonna do it. He's gonna take his time and just slowly climb. He's got a decent climb check. Okay, yeah, it's not... It's 12. It's 12. It's not bad. And he rolls a 12 right on. Oh my goodness. Okay. He climbs up, and let's get one more stealth check. He's gotta nail this stealth check. He's so close. Oh my goodness, yes. He rolls an 11, needed a 13. Okay, Leaf, the thief, the elven thief in the dark, has slipped past the useless mangy goblin sentry, climbed up behind him, comes right up behind him. He's made several stealth checks successfully, and he makes a sneak attack. No defense possible from the goblin. This is where we take advantage of GURPS maneuvers, combat maneuvers. He is going to all-out attack, forfeiting any defenses this turn. Doesn't matter. The goblin can't counter-strike. He doesn't even know he's there. So he'll take that time to carefully all-out attack, determined. So +4 to hit. He's gonna go for the throat, for the back of the neck, or kind of slash him in the side of the neck here, the goblin. He has a -5 to do so. It's a small goblin, so it's a -1 additional. So that's a -7 to slash his throat from behind. He's got the +4 though, so he's only got a -3. Oh, he can't do it. He's not going to make that. I don't like those chances. That's only that's a 10. It's 50-50 chance. Okay, he's going to go for, how about instead of the neck, he's going to go for the vitals. He's going to try and stab the vitals with his short sword. That's only a -3 to hit, -4. So that puts him up, that gives him an 11. An 11 skill here. 3d6, we need to roll 11 or less. The problem is his armor. His armor will protect. That's okay. Tough decisions got to be made. Here we go. Need 11 or less. Oh yeah, we roll a 10. Oh, that would have hit. That would have slashed the throat too. Okay, he jabs his short sword from behind into the liver of this unsuspecting goblin. We go straight to damage. No defense possible. Poor little guy. Damage is only 1d6 -2. Oh no! He jabs him for 1 damage. The 2 DR crappy hide armor of the goblin absorbs all the damage. He feels nothing. Well, he feels it, but it causes no damage. The goblin lets out a yelp in surprise and whirls to see a a thief standing there who just tried to stab him. Okay, the thief is in deep and alone. Initiative. Let's just roll off and add their speed. Yeah, we got the thief goes first. I've explained this in the past that I do like to add a element of randomness to the initiative, so I often roll d6s and then add the character's speed. By GURPS rules, you should just compare speed. Whoever has the highest speed goes first. In this case, it would have been the thief anyways. The thief is just going to try and shove this goblin off the bridge. I think that's what he's going to do right now. They're 20 feet up. That's going to do some damage to the little green skin. He's just going to roll a dexterity. Oh, he's actually better at slashing with his sword. Well, here goes the dexterity roll. Oh, and he shoves, and he'll all-out attack again. He's going to try all-out attacking, and that'll do it. The goblin will try to dodge, and fails. He fails the dodge. Contested strength roll at this point. Yeah, they're both kind of weak. Strength 9 on the thief, strength 8 on the goblin. Let's see who fails by the most, I guess is what it'll be. Oh no! The thief makes it, and the goblin fails by 2. Off he goes. He stumbles back 1 yard. That causes him to leave the bridge. He falls 20 feet downward. We'll just go for quick sakes with the 2d6 fall damage. Oh, 10 damage. And that little guy lands and dies. He's only got 7 hit points. Okay, he kind of squeals on the way down. And splat onto the stone below. And nobody in the vicinity is going to hear that because of the rushing water sounds and the distant waterfall. The thief doesn't know that. He expects trouble to come, so he ducks into the shadows. Oh my goodness, and critically succeeds his stealth roll with a roll of 5. Oh no, sorry, he doesn't quite critically exceed. He needed a 4 for that. But he hides very well. He makes his roll by 8. Nobody's gonna find him. And he just waits for a few seconds to see if anybody comes. These guys, meanwhile, are starting to get a little restless, wondering what's going on. They're not sure what to do. That combat took just a matter of a couple seconds, but it would have taken him time to slowly sneak up and climb quietly. So these guys, I think, will start making their way in with the torch because they fear the worst. So they'll start coming in. He'll climb down. He's going to climb back down the way he came. Climb of 12. He rolls a... Oh, he is on fire. He rolls a 13, or an 11. He gets down safely and will just basically run back. As he comes around the corner, he sees his comrades coming, and he just comes into the edge of the light, and he quickly waves them off to stop and tells them to shush. They're all trying to be quiet, but none of them actually have stealth but the wizard in the back. So they're not being successful at being stealthy. As soon as they come around that corner, the wolves will start barking. At that, the thief will back up and motion them to just hustle along. So they'll just rush along, and the dogs will growl and bark a bit, but as long as we don't stay there and hassle them, I think we can get by them. What do the characters want to do about those wolves? I'm not sure if they would want to do anything. They can be avoided. They are chained up. Yeah, maybe they can chained up. Maybe we could let's do an IQ roll and see if it passes for anybody here. Well, yeah, that's a 12. We've got IQs of 12, 14, and 10, and 10. Maybe they have the bright idea of trying to feed those nasty things. Yeah, I'm not sure they don't want to test that. Okay, the dwarf will try. He's the healthiest and got the best armor. He'll go up close with some food, and let's just do a reaction roll from the wolf. He will get a plus 3. Oh no, plus 4, because they do react much better according to the rules. 5 better DC wise, but in this, oh wow, yes, that is. Let's just look at the reaction rolls on the random tables. So just random reaction roll here. I love using this. I don't use it that often. The reaction table. It's a 14, and it's a plus 4. Is that there? Plus 3 or plus 4. Say it doesn't matter. Either way, we get into a very good reaction. In a potential combat situation, the NPC is friendly. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Our luck is continuing to ride high here. Yeah, he kind of comes around the corner slowly, holding out some rations, like a fistful for each of the two, and then notices there's another one. It comes around, and they stop barking immediately as soon as they smell the food. At that point, I think he'll maybe throw down the food and try to undo them. He'll unhook them. I'm sure they're meant to be unhooked for letting loose on intruders and stuff like that. So it should be possible without him having to hack away with his axe, though he could do that. He's going to try and quietly just undo the chains and let these things go. He's got a really good reaction, so they won't attack him. They'll probably kind of sniff around him looking for more food. Maybe he'll throw them another, and he will be getting low in food. But yeah, he'll do that. They'll eat a bit, and then he's going to kind of just bug out. He doesn't want to hang around for those things. And I think after that, let's see if there's any more indication what they might do on a very good reaction roll. Get any more hints here? Loyalty, yeah. NPC will work hard and risk its life, if need be, for the... Wow. Okay. We'll say they all run. They all just kind of piss off and leave, except for one. One darn wolf has, for some reason, befriended the dwarf, and that wolf will come with them. That's ridiculous. Got to reward that decent roll though. I'm not sure if it'll actually fight, but it does want to hang around with that dwarf. So here we go. We've got our torch lit, and things couldn't have gone any better so far. This is always worrisome, though. Luck has a way of turning in a real hurry against us. Okay, so we get to here. Fat chance of everybody else climbing and getting onto the bridge. I think we're just going to continue on up the path. We've got our torch. Yeah, away we go. Now, actually, I think we'll get here and we'll stop. And we'll once again we'll put the cleric at the back. We'll get the thief to just scout up ahead. This is new territory. He says he hasn't seen this area, and he will attempt to stealth around to there. Here goes a stealth check. He's got a 13 stealth, and he smokes it again. Rolls a 6. So he's rolls under stealth by 7, and he sees, what does he see? 1. I got some tokens somewhere here. 1, yeah, 2, and 3. There are 3 goblins hanging around here. He comes around, he makes his stealth by 7. They'll roll their perceptions. They're not really on the lookout. They need 9 or less. Yeah, we roll a 10. 10, roll separately for each. Oh, this guy's got an 8. He makes it. He makes it by 1. Not enough to beat the stealth roll, of course. Why am I even bothering? They have to roll a 3 to beat this guy. So, yeah, this guy's actually pretty aware. He's kind of looking in the right direction, at least. The rest are just kind of milling about, being idiots. Yeah, and they don't see him. So he... what's the thief going to do? I think he'll just step to the side and motion to them to come up. Well, he'll just come back, step back, and tell them what's going on, I guess. Now, this is not going to be easy. There's no simple way to jump these guys, is there? Okay, if he got there, he could see that this passage probably went up to there. If we could all get up and come in this way, we might be able to get the jump on them easier. Although they shouldn't be expecting much, because they know that there's a sentry on guard. So this shouldn't be necessarily any more of danger of being ambushed to them. Let's see here. I think there's no way around this. We're going to have to just charge in. Just a charge attack. What do we got for movement here? We've got a slow dwarf with a move of 3. Everybody else is fairly mobile. Dwarf has a move of 3. Is that true, eh? Yep. Okay. Yeah, move of 3 thanks to his encumbrance, his heavy armor. Usually a move of 4. Okay. The thief, since his stealth is amazing, he'll just slip up close. The dwarf will get next, and the cleric next, and they're just gonna have to charge in. The thief sees this guy back here, and he's worried that he may run and sound an alarm or something if he gets away. So it would be good to neutralize him. Oh boy, we need a plan here. We could okay, we got some magic here. could cast glue. But the problem is, that's quite a range. That would be about a 9 and 8. I suffer a -1 for every yard of range for a spell like that. That is not a ranged spell. It's not meant to be cast at range. We can do it, but you gotta be good with the spell. I am not good with that spell. I'm a beginner. So I'd have to roll a 5 or less to cast glue on this guy. That would root his feet in place and he couldn't get away. That's not gonna happen, no. We're not gonna get away with that. Okay, all right. We're just gonna have to try our best. Nobody has any range weaponry, it seems. Now he's got knife, but not throwing knife. Oh goodness, I don't have any attack spells either. Right, I'm just the utility mage. Of course, I forgot about taking any kind of... Can't have it all. Okay. Well, enough hemming and hawing. We're just gonna have to go in. If we come barreling around the corner, we will get a turn of surprise on these guys, and maybe they'll start... They're not very bright, so they'll be rolling IQ to snap out of their surprise state, stunned state. So maybe I can get the dwarf to just keep barreling into the room, right between these two, splitting the defense, and just linebacker tackle this goblin so he can't run and warn anybody. Let's try it. So, this is going to be comedic. Okay, the dwarf starts running and gets to there. That's it. That's all he can do. First round. He comes barreling around the corner. We might as well roll stealth. He'll do it as quietly as he can. He's got dexterity -5, so that would be... Yeah, he needs a 5. He rolls a 9, so he fails. He fails by 4. Let's roll IQ, perception to see... fails by 4, yeah. Fail by 2, so he sees him. Fail by 3, he sees him coming. He's surprised. And this one critically fails. This one does not notice him coming yet. These two, oh, everybody will rush in too at that. After that, okay, it's 2 up to there, and he was another 3, so he can be right beside him. And the thief can get right up into this guy's grill. This round, this turn. And the mage and the wolf is kind of fill in the back here, half-heartedly charging. Okay, at this point, we've got these two have noticed what's going on. They're going to make IQ checks. They need, what is their IQ? 9. They need a 9 or less. This one is ready to fight. He reacts. Oh, okay, both of these guys react. They react by drawing their weapons this turn. They cannot do anything about it. This guy, he's stunned, and he fails his roll, so he is not grabbing his weapon. He critically failed his perception check, actually, so all these people basically pile in, and he doesn't notice. He's messing around at the dam here, maybe moving rocks and stuff, and it's loud, so that kind of surprise, the granularity of that kind of surprise is fun when some of these guys are surprised and others are not. These guys will whirl around, of course, and let out a exclamation, we're under attack, and this guy will get a chance next turn. So it's back to us. That dwarf is just going to keep barreling forward. He'll have to he'll have to take a bit of a detour to get by this goblin. Actually, no, I can charge through that guy. Oh yeah, no, there's a pillar there anyways. The cleric will move right up to him. He can do that easily enough. And the wolf and the mage will just come in the back. Okay. This turn, the thief can attack without it being a move and attack. So we just moved up and it goes to slice. He's feeling tough. No, he's not going to do anything brash. Let's not all-out attack yet. He is just going to Oh, he's so weak. He's got to attack. He's going to attack the arm, sword arm of the goblin as he's drawing his short sword. So it's a -2 to hit with a -3, or with a -1 because of his size. So I need a 10 or less. And he whiffs, slashes, and the goblin's kind of jerking around, kind of clumsily fumbling for a sword, and he manages to get it out of the way. The mace comes down from Cedric the cleric onto the. He's gonna all-out attack. Why not? Onto the skull of that goblin. That's a -5 to hit the face, plus a -1 because of his size. So it's a -6, eh? And he's got an attack of 12. Nope, he's not gonna do it. He's just gonna try and club him in the torso. He needs a 11 or less. There's 10. Brings down the mace. The goblin is aware. He tries to dodge and fails miserably by 8. The mace does 1d6 plus 5 damage. Wow. Oh my goodness, that's 11. 11 damage. His DR of 2 leather armor absorbs 2 damage of that. Still takes 9 and crushes his rib cage in a single blow. Now that's Now that's how we do it, cleric. Cedric's on the ball. That's all we got. This guy, he'll get a bonus of +2 on his IQ roll. That's oh yeah, he makes it right on. Even an 11. So he now turns to realize what's happening, and that's it. He will attempt to draw his sword. Meanwhile, oh yes, he's within 3 yards, the full movement, and the dwarf would be at a sprint now, so he gets a +1 additional yard because he's gotten up to speed. It takes you a turn or two to get up to full speed in GURPS, at which point you are considered sprinting, and you can add 1 to your movement, or more depending on your base move. The dwarf comes barreling in at full sprint speed and does an all-out attack. It's a ram attack, I guess. Actually, let's make it a shield bash. He doesn't suffer the move and attack penalty. So he makes that by a good bit. The goblin will try to dodge. He needs an 8 or less. He fails and takes the full force of the charging, sprinting dwarf, wearing 68 pounds of armor, metal, and gear on him, plus his 200-pound girth. That will send, well, yeah, that attack will add to the strength check. Whoa! He critically makes yeah, but it's not going to be enough. He makes the dexterity check to try and stay on his feet. Oh, it's going to be a strength check as well. It doesn't make that. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Just looking up the rules, reminded myself of the slam rules. We roll a d6. Well, we roll velocity of the two bodies colliding, and if you double, so he can only, the goblin can only inflict 1 or less hit points, and the dwarf with his velocity of moving 4, he gets to roll a d4 or a d6 minus 3, it looks like, and as long as he doubles the damage that they inflict on each other from the crash, he sends one onto its back. That would be the goblin in this case. And I can also roll shield damage. Add the defense bonus of my shield, which is 2. And yeah, okay, so that'll smuck that goblin for about, what was that, 3 damage? Okay, he's got DR of 2, so he does take 1 damage, and he finds himself on his back. 1 damage. Okay. And back to our heroes. Is that 1 Yep. Okay. The cleric turns and steps. That will force him to make a moving attack. He needs to roll a 9. He needs to roll an 8. A 7, because it's a goblin. He's small or less to hit. And he rolls a 7. He takes a step and a bit of a short burst charge. And the goblin tries to just dodge, and he does so. And then he finds himself victim to the stab from the elven thief. This time he's gonna go for the. I can't. He'll go for the throat. He's got a -6, so he needs a 7 or less, and he does it. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! He stabs with his short sword. Well, I guess you're not stabbing. He's slicing. That's much easier. He manages to land the hit, unless the goblin can. Oh, wrong guy. The goblin can dodge. He'll try to parry that, actually. And no, he fails. And the D6 -1 of the short sword, 2 damage to the throat. That is an awfully bad bleeding wound. 2 damage plus another 1, so that puts him. He's 1 damage, and he's taken 3 damage. Okay. And to the throat, let's check the effects on that. Yes, a cutting damage is ×2 to the throat. So he takes an additional point of damage. So he's taken 4. That's a major wound to this little guy. So that is enough to force a health roll from him. Needs a 10 or less. Oh, and he fails. And yeah, he's going to bleed out from that kind of major wound to the throat. So he's down and pretty much over with. This goblin is going to get up. He starts yelling, but over the din and the roar of the waterfall here, hopefully, according to the rules anyways, the module says that nobody, the bad guy in this chamber will not hear this. If we can keep him from physically running up the steps, we can keep this guy from alerting them to our presence. The goblin gets, he can change posture to kneeling. That's the best he can do as the dwarf stands over him and brings down an axe. He's just messily going for the torso here. Nothing special. And he hits with a 9. That is going to do it. The goblin will try to... if he's crouching, he is slightly harder to hit. Let me just double check how much harder. I think it's a -2. Kneeling. Postures, kneeling. -2 to hit. To attack. -2 to defense. I still hit. I've got a -3 on 12. 7, 8, 9. I just barely hit him. Wow, that was closer than it needed to be. He does have a -2 to his dodge, and he fails his dodge. So here comes the axe. 2d6 plus 1. Oh, that's not a great roll. So that's only 5 damage. 2 was absorbed by the armor. So down to 3, and then it's cutting damage for the rest that gets through. So that's plus another 1. So 4 damage. So he has now taken 5 damage. 4 damage is enough for a major wound on a goblin of 7 hit points. Half his hit points just disappeared in one shot. He will be forced to make a health check or fall down again, stunned and shocked. He makes his health check, so he just takes that axe chop to the chest like a champ. Wow, the rest of the party continues to clamor in. Look at that cleric. He's got a move of only 4. He can get up. He can get up there into striking distance. He runs. He charging attacks. He needs a 8 or less to hit, though. Oh my goodness, the dice just keep rolling for me. 6. He manages to hit the small target on the run. Well, he's on the run. He's a -2 though because he's crouching, so he is slightly harder to hit in. Let me just double check that for melee though. Oh, my mistake. Yeah, melee weapons. It's no harder to hit him, so he connects. Okay, I'll roll the dodge for the goblin. He has a -2 because he's not as mobile in his kneeling state. He fails his dodge and takes a 1d6 plus 3 heavy mace to the torso. What is that? Is it 1d... Oh my goodness, 1d6 plus 5. That's 8 damage. Is that right? I should double check that. That's a lot. Oh, wow. Yeah, my math is correct. That's impressive damage. Wow, 8 damage. Just smucked into his torso. Internal bleeding everywhere. 8. Oh, his armor absorbs 2 of that. But that's 6 damage on, yeah. Ooh. Finishes him. Just beats him into a bloody pulp with one swing. He's already been axed. Wow, okay. That was something. We didn't even get attacked before we finished those guys off. That went better than I expected. Okay. Now let's regroup, and I'll adjust the camera angle here a bit. Okay, well, party regroups and discusses their next plan of attack here. We're right at the entrance here of whatever this is. This looks foreboding because we see a pretty decent sized fire, embers burning down low here, light coming from this chamber. We don't want to. This is quite a slope, so we can't see up there until we climb up these stairs. So we'll all huddle back. We've got our torch. Throw the bodies into the water, wash them away, and we'll regroup. The wolf will come back with us. This might be a job for the thief again. We'll throw him into stealth mode here. 11. Okay, he makes it by what's his stealth? 13. So he makes it by 2. And he's going to head up and take a look. Now, what he sees is a massive bugbear hanging around, poking by the fire here at the moment, maybe. And then 2 goblins rummaging in the stuff here. And then we have 1 wolf. I'll give this one here, I'll give number 1 here. And we'll have the wolf just kind of come up. The wolf is kind of just sitting in the corner. That's kind of his spot. Okay, what is the thief going to do? He comes and kind of peeks. We'll roll perception on these guys. He only made his stealth by 2. They are not particularly looking out for anything, but you know, this is in the open, so they might notice. Yeah, they're all going to be like perception of 10. They're not overly perceptive. Failure for the bugbear. The wolf a little more. We'll give him an 11, but the wolf kind of notices. The goblins, they're distracted. I don't even think I'll give them a roll because they're looking the other way. The wolf perks up and might start to bark, but he'll slip back into the shadows once he does, as the large bugbear, shut up, I'm trying to eat, kind of thing. I think that should be safe enough. Okay, so he's able to report back anyways what's up there. I'm not sure what we can do here. Maybe we could send in the dog. I wonder if we could throw the dog in there to stir things up. I don't think it would attack him though. It's just friendly towards us. Doesn't mean it's automatically gonna help us and attack the bad guys here. Okay. Here's an idea. So he would have saw this, maybe this bit of hole here. So we are aware of the connection there at this point, finally. I wonder if we could double back and try and climb into that. Okay, we need to scheme here. We got to be creative.